It is now 7 o'clock, and with that, we will start with roll call, please.
Amanda Harness. Andre Powell.
Here.
Steve Byers.
Here.
Ariel Owens. Christopher Boyce.
Here.
Daisy Ramirez.
Present.
Ante Bynum.
Here.
Jenna Zimmerman.
Right, next item is the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Well, hello, everyone. Welcome. We are going to be starting with public comment. Public comment. Members of the public who wish to speak to the board shall complete a request card prior to the start of the meeting. This section of the meeting will be reserved for comments from the public. All comments should be limited to 3 minutes. Criticism of individuals is not in order. Jackie, do we have any cards? None. Okay, thank you. Next item is board correspondence. Do we have any board correspondence from any board members?
Sure. I think we had a great turnout at the ceremonies last week. That was really great. So thank you to everybody who came out and participated in that work to come up with the name. And shout out to Lincoln Lions right now. They're at their spring sing, and bummed I can't be there.
Any other updates from board members?
Got to go to some baseball games at the high school. It's just real fun to get out there, watch the baseball and softball games as they're going on. Also got to check out some of the new sound equipment that they're using at the high school for the arts wing as well, for the musical, which does start this Thursday. So, you know, if you enjoy Grease, I'm just throwing it out there. I may be there a couple times this weekend, so that just might be something you want to go out and check out, because it looks like it's going to be super awesome from everything I've seen ahead of time.
Any other updates? I was actually currently right now at the senior night for the soccer varsity team at the high school. And then they got rained out. And then I did get some parents telling me something about the speakers, because they can't hear it, they cannot hear the announcements on the parent side. So they're like, hey, as you're going to your meeting, I just wanted to bring this up to your attention. And I'm like, oh, great, thank you. So I was there as a parent.
So received.
It was received, all right? But I was there as a parent. It's been exciting to see their season. It's a young team, but it's exciting overall just to see, you know, their progress through the last couple of weeks as they've been going through their season. So it's exciting. So thanks, shout out to all the staff making that happen. So thank you. All right, no more updates? All right, so with that, and then our student board member is currently representing our district as well out in Houston, right?
Yep.
The acrobatics competitions or
World
world championship.
Yes.
So shout out to her and the rest of the acrobatics team and everybody supporting them out there. So we don't have any updates for that as at the moment.
No updates, principal?
No.
Updates of this time.
All right, so the next item is consent agenda. This is an action item. It is recommended that the Board of Education approve the consent agenda, items 5B through 5L as attached. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Andre Powell.
Yes.
Steve Byers.
Yes.
Ariel Owens.
Yes.
Christopher Boyce.
Yes.
Daisy Ramirez.
Yes.
Ante Bynum.
Yes.
Awesome, thank you. Next order of business is old business. Item A, renewal of DHS Canvas 3-year licensure. This is an action item. It is recommended that the Board of Education approve the 3-year renewal of the Canvas licensure. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Steve Byers.
Yes.
Ariel Owens.
Yes.
Christopher Boyce.
Yes.
Daisy Ramirez.
Yes.
Ante Bynum.
Yes.
Andre Powell.
Yes.
Awesome, thank you. Next item is item B, renewal of Accelis Learning Accelerator. This is an action item. It is recommended that the Board of Education renew the Accelis Learning Platform. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Ariel Owens.
Yes.
Christopher Boyce.
Yes.
Daisy Ramirez.
Yes.
Vante Bynum,
Yes.
Andre Powell,
Yes.
Steve Byers.
Yes.
Thank you. Alright, next item is future elementary school business. Item A, future elementary school updates. Do we have any updates?
Well,
No,
we do,
not for
but
that
it'll
one.
be.
Not for that particular
Yeah,
item,
not for
okay.
that particular.
The next item, it is naming of the new elementary school. This is an information action item. It is recommended that the Board of Education approve the
Yeah.
Oh, I apologize. We have some information and some updates, so.
Alright. Hello? Okay, naming committee? We're welcoming 2 members of the naming committee. They will introduce themselves and then one person will speak as well. I just wanted to start off by addressing the board and our community. And really just allowing our community to hear from me about the fact that when we embarked upon the process of naming our new school, it was realized that we did lack historical knowledge and we had a misstep. The misstep included us sending out some inaccurate information about criteria. What we found out after doing a deep dive into our school board policy, which is policy number 4150, that some of the criteria that was sent out was actually not in the parameters of our school board policy. And so what we did moving forward was at subsequent meetings, for those that are interested in naming the school, we had 2 community conversations and people came in, voiced things. At least 3 of our school board members attended that as well. At that time, at both of those community conversations and during our naming committee meeting, we did share that it was inaccurate information, and we also shared that we would stay within parameters of our school board policy. At no time did anyone deviate from the parameters of our school board policy, and of course, we repeatedly informed attendees that the Board of Education members would make the ultimate decision by way of vote. So that is what you will do tonight, and I just wanted our community to hear exactly what happened. We want to make sure that all of our processes are transparent. And now I have the pleasure of introducing 2 people that started at the very beginning. I believe they were at the very first community conversation when we started having this conversation at 1240 Normal Road. And then they stayed with us and they joined the naming committee. So introduce yourself.
Good evening. My name is Lolita Morgan. I stay a few blocks from the new location. It's beautiful. I like riding past. I just want to say it was an amazing experience. I was very blessed to be a part of this experience. I was overwhelmed with all the choices, but everyone in the room just drew me to behind the stories, behind the scenes. I just want to say I appreciate it. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Sharon Gardner. I live in the community and I also live right across the street from the new school coming up. And I have really enjoyed coming to the meetings, talking with you all, just being around everyone and feeling welcomed. It was a wonderful thing, and I love the fact that we were included as a community. And I'm just amazed at the big turnout. And so I just wanted to introduce myself and let you know that I'm just very grateful to be here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any questions from board members? And once again, I just want to thank everybody who took the time to not only listen to the suggestions that were submitted and also that took part in the conversations and the committees and everything. We really appreciate the input that is actively being given to us, and we want to make sure that people do know that we do listen to what people are sharing, are actively sharing with us, because your voice matters. So we are grateful for all the opportunities that people take, that we offer and that people take us upon to be participants of such committees. So thank you for the work that everybody is doing. We appreciate it. All right, so with that said, again, this is an information action item. It is recommended that the Board of Education approve the recommendation to name the new elementary school Dr. Leroy A. Mitchell Elementary School. Is there a motion?
So,
Second.
Roll call?
Mr. Boyce,
Yes.
Stacy Ramirez,
Yes.
Ante Bynum,
Yes.
Andre Powell,
Yes.
Steve Byers,
Yes.
Ariel Owens.
Yes.
Thank you, everyone. And again, prior to the ceremony, we did have consensus from the board. I do want to also clarify that that actually was the name that was brought to us. And as a board, we felt that it was necessary for us to follow the consensus of what the community wanted, right? The community asked for this and voted on this, and that's what we went with. So prior to this event happening last week for the groundbreaking, we had consensus from the board for the district administration to go ahead and put this event forward, and, you know, surprise the community with the name prior to us having today's board meeting to do actual voting of for the actual name. So just wanted to clarify that as well in case anybody has any questions about that. All right, so next item is item C, approve emergency expenditure asbestos abatement, for the Dr. Leroy A. Mitchell Elementary School. This is an information action item. So today we have Ms. Tammy Carson providing us with some information.
Thank you. As demo is continued at the new elementary school, as with many construction projects, there will be unforeseen conditions that come up. And one of those things that we have come across is asbestos that is located under the floor and under even the concrete slab of the main floor. So first of all, about 2 weeks, a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, the first area was found. It's in what used to be the old gymnasium when it was Roberts, and had since been covered by many layers of other flooring. So once the demo started, asbestos was, suspected asbestos was found. Demo was halted until we could test it properly to find out if it was asbestos-containing materials. It is very unsafe, and we have to halt all construction when there is any chance of that, because it is unsafe for the contractors to continue unless they are a licensed asbestos abatement company. We did have an asbestos abatement company that was hired prior to construction for a small area that we knew about, and that was the EHC company that was approved with the original bids. When the area was found in the old gymnasium, we halted, we tested and found it, and then we received a quote from the same company that performed the earlier abatement, and the quote was $59,000 for the contractor to come in and do that. Before I even had a chance to bring it to Shauna, our paralegal, and or the board for discussion of, this is over a bid limit, typically we bid over $50,000. Do we have any options so that we aren't halting construction and potentially raising costs? Because bidding and will take significant time and also delay the project because it's in an area we have to halt now. Before that happened, last Thursday during the groundbreaking, I was brought into the construction site and shown 2 more areas. And as they took out the slab of concrete, the floor slab, to be able to do additional work, put in utilities under the slab, they found 2 areas, one containing carpet fibers, which can be asbestos containing, and a tile, small, what looks like bathroom tile. Again, could not have known those were there. Typically, those would have been removed before the large slab would have been installed, but it was not done, which is not unusual, especially in older projects. So we brought the contractor back out, tested it, received the results today. Fortunately, those 2 areas are not asbestos containing, but they do have a formula product in them that requires special removal. When we're saw cutting, it takes some special PPE and specifics that have to be done to keep, again, our construction company safe. So with that, I have an estimated cost for this, and to deal with the original $59,000 and now these other 2 areas properly and safely, the total cost is not anticipated to exceed $85,000 total. That being said, it is over our bid limit, but there is a statute that is included in your board packet, which gives our board the authority to move forward on an emergency basis. And the reason we're asking for that approval is, without bidding the project like we formally do. The reason I'm asking and coming forth asking for that approval is if we delay this, we are looking at over a 1-month delay potentially in work moving forward inside the building, because no further work, everything else is done. And with the halt to the project, we potentially, with the subcontractors, may not be able to have them on the same schedule because the inside was anticipated, the demo and the prep work for the walls to be up was anticipated to be done by June. And then they would be available to work on their summer projects, which they've bid out and for other companies. Without that being said, I'm afraid due to the potential delay in the project as well as potential costs that could add to this, I'm recommending that we move forward with the resolution that's attached, which allows us to move forward with a contract and move forward with this abatement project and removal project. The statute is explained in there, as well as it does require a 75% vote of the board to move forward with this, positive vote of the board to move forward with this. We are recommending using the company that had already bid for us on this project. They were already deemed the lowest bidder on the original portion of the abatement that was done prior to demo starting. So I am comfortable that this is a company that is coming in at a cost-effective rate.
Any questions? Any questions from the board?
So will because my understanding is the reason that this is, I guess, separate from the rest of the contingency budget is just because we voted on the asbestos abatement the first time as its own line item, correct?
That's correct. Asbestos abatement is not within the construction management contract. It's a separate contract altogether. It is handled by another engineering company, Ideal Environmental. It handles our asbestos abatement testing and inspections. So again, a separate contract altogether, which is typically how it is handled in any of our summer projects or anything that we are involving potential asbestos.
And then outside of the asbestos abatement that's additional, is the construction project itself still coming in around expected budget or under? And I'm just wondering more, are we gonna be able to kind of maybe more just siphon this off from the contingency fund we already have for the full construction project?
That's the plan. We have $800,000 in contingency funds as well as allowances built into the trade contracts. And this doesn't touch a trade contract because it is separate from the CM contracts, but it does, can be used out of the contingency funds that we haven't done anything with our $800,000 at this point.
Okay, thank you.
Great question, Kristen. Any other questions? And again, due to time sensitivity, you're requesting for this to be an information action item.
Yes, please.
Okay. All right, it is recommended that the Board of Education approve the resolution authorizing the emergency expenditure of funds for unanticipated asbestos abatement work at Dr. Leroy A. Mitchell Elementary School. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Daisy Ramirez,
Yes.
Andy Bynum,
Yes.
Andre Powell,
Yes.
Steve Byers,
Yes.
Ariel Owens.
Yes.
Mr. Boyce.
Yes.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
All right, new business, fiscal year 2025 Consolidated District Plan. This is an information action item. Okay, oh,
Dr. Mike Trevelyan will be joining us.
all right, so we have a presentation, that will be, presented to us by Dr. Mike Trevelyan, please.
Good evening, President Ramirez, Vice President Byers, Board, our wonderful Superintendent, Dr. Garcia Sanchez. Tonight I'm presenting on our Consolidated District Plan. It's about a month's worth of work from all of these beautiful directors back here, and in combination with me, working with them to bring all of our grant programs that are listed in this Consolidated District Plan together to be able to apply for money. So I bring great news tonight. Our Consolidated District Plan is, I'll actually use this, an opportunity for us to support children holistically. It's a single plan for multi-funding. In our case, out of the 13 potential grants, we're eligible for 8 of them. It's an opportunity for district collaboration across multiple departments. All of our directors are involved in creating the CDP, the Consolidated District Plan. It's an opportunity for conversations with our stakeholders across multiple federal funding sources. And it's an opportunity to coordinate local and state funds to prioritize our student needs. This is a very coordinated and aligned funding for our district. The needs assessment impacts everything we do. It allows us to be able to apply for grants in the first place. As I should have said, ahead of time that it's a requirement of the state ISBE for us to present the CDP to the board to get, so you have the information, and then to send it into ISBE to start an iterative process between me and them in most cases. This can take a little while, and what handcuffs us is that we have to have state approval, first starting with board approval, to be able to apply for any grants for fiscal year '25. So it's crucial. Part of the plan is the needs assessment impact, stakeholder engagement, non-public school consultation information, preschool coordination, student achievement and timely graduation, college and career readiness, plan to support staff professional development, safe and healthy learning environment, IDEA specific requirements, the youth and care stability plan. Something that was new last year that really held us up was the process of adding the bilingual service plan. The bilingual service plan was separate than the consolidated district plan. Fortunate we're in year 2, so we know exactly what they were wanting. And student-focused grant programs are, for us, are Title 1A, Title 11003A, which is school improvement, Title 2A, which is professional development for and recruitment retention, Title 3 LIEP and ISEP, that's our language programs, Title 4 IDEA, Individual with Disability Education Act, the consolidated plan, which contains flow-through and for our special services, as well as preschool for all, or preschool for IDEA, and then preschool for all. It's not a grant application. It's just an information, like I said, to bring all of our programs together, to bring all of our directors together, other staff members, and our community together to be able to understand on a holistic viewpoint what our needs are for our district, and then to be able to support those needs with grant funding. Last year's grant funding, or this year I should say, equated to around $15 million. So it's pretty significant what this encompasses. It's not a guarantee that federal funds will be awarded. That's our job to go out and get them. We do a really good job with 100% success rate with that. It's not a tool for reporting on existing grants. It's not an instrument for planning and reporting expenses. It's not for documenting use of local and state funds, and it's not a report for required federal or state services. Those are all encompassed. And I forgot to mention the team. Shame, shame, shame on me. I'm Michael Trevelyan, the grants manager. Billy Wermo is our PK through 5 director of teaching and learning. Sarah Montgomery, his comrade. You know all these people. They're amazing directors. Amana Quinnett, Kyle Gertis, AJ Crook is not here, but she's our multilingual coordinator. And Kim Lyle, principal at ELDC. She works a lot with the Preschool for All grant. Sorry about not mentioning those important people. That's our consolidated district plan in a nutshell. Can I answer any questions?
Are these grants, or is this precursor to the grants that we would like to get? Are they, what type of time sensitivity do they have?
When you say time sensitivity,
Is it first come, get more, kind of similar
exactly
to some other funding?
Vice President Byers. It is a first come, first served basis. So if we don't apply for our grants until, let's say, July or August, we're not going to have the funding in place to start at the beginning of the school year. So it is first come, first served basis. I've seen where we've been first in submitting grants to the state. They're really quick. I've seen where the process has been a little bit too iterative for my comfort, and it's taken longer, and it ends up impacting not just us, but our private schools as well that rely on Title I funding and Title II and Title IV funding as well, because they have to wait for us to get approval from the state.
Gotcha.
And once again, this is due to time sensitivity with the requirements that we have to meet for the state, right, the ISB.
So I guess I'll ask a question off of the time sensitivity.
Sure.
Obviously, grants are a thing that we apply for every year. it wasn't a surprise or an urgent out of the blue to the district that we were gonna need to apply for grants this year.
Right.
So why is the plan for the district on applying for grants coming as a time-sensitive information action instead of something we would have had time to review from one board meeting to the next?
I think it's a great question. Again, it's kind of the whole first come, first served basis. The state kind of handcuffs us. They give us the consolidated district plan, open it for us to be able to start working on it in March.
Okay.
And
That's the state.
the state grants will start coming out pretty quickly. If we don't have a completely approved, which has to go to ISB to approve it after our board, then we can't apply for any grants. We can't even submit a grant application. And then that funding gets held up. There's other processes. Once the grant application is submitted, it goes through an iterative process, usually between me and the state. And that can take a little bit of time too. So this is just an opportunity for us to get at the front of the line and have that funding on day one instead of November, which is not in the best needs of our kids. Billy, where?
So I just want to add, Mike actually has a template for us already ready in the fall, and we're already putting stuff in, knowing that it's coming. It's really the state that opens it late, but we already, it would take longer than a month if we didn't have it like that, so I just want to make that very clear.
He meant the spring. I didn't give it to him in the fall. But they work very hard, so it's been over the last month.
Alright, thank you.
Sure.
Any additional questions? No? Thank you for the information provided today.
Thank you
Really
very much.
appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
Alright, so again, this is an information action item. It is recommended that the Board of Education approve the fiscal year 2025 Consolidated District Plan as attached. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Cynthia Bynum,
Yes.
Andre Powell,
Yes.
Steve Byers,
Yes.
Ariel Owens,
Yes.
Christopher Boyce,
Yes.
Daisy Ramirez.
Yes. Thank you, everyone. Item B, under new business, Teach Town proposal, developmental communication and life skills intensive curriculum proposal. This is an information item brought to us just by you, Sarah.
No, not just me. I am going to introduce Catherine Russell.
Oh, okay.
And her team, they're going to come up and present on Teach Town, which is a developmental communication and life skills program for intensive students. So take it away, team. Thank you so much.
Here for the team. So if y'all can introduce yourselves, that would be
All right, I'm
appreciated.
Catherine Russell, Student Services Coordinator.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Zian. I teach developmental communications at Brooks. And Jessica Wind, special education teacher at DeKalb High School.
So we're here to talk about Teach Town, which is the curriculum.
So Teach Town offers lessons in all 4 subject areas. So it's English, language arts, math, science, and social studies. It also offers a social skills curriculum and then a transition into adulthood program as well. They're all adapted, unit-based curriculum, and it really is designed for our kids with lots of language needs. They're all core line instruction for moderate to severe disabilities. So it really supports access to multimodal instruction. A lot of it is online, but we also have manipulatives and videos and books that will be in the classroom as well. It aligns to play-based learning activities as well as Common Core standards. It also provides personalized lessons based on each student's skills following their IEP goals. So with this, the online subscription with interactive lesson plans, benchmark assessments, unit assessments, progress monitoring, IEP goal tracking, student worksheets and assessments, and classroom physical goods and components are also included that would be sent to us as a kit.
There's our cost, or how much it would cost for the subscription, the physical goods, as well as professional development, some coaching, and of course, shipping and handling. Any questions from anyone?
How many students does the annual subscription cover?
So the pricing is per student. Is the way that it is. So it just depends how many is in class. Any others? Thank you. Thank you.
Alright. You have any questions from board members? Sorry, I was finishing reading the presentation. Apologize. Okay, no?
Not at this time.
Okay, alright, so, this is an information item, therefore, do we have consensus to bring this back? Yes. Thank you. Alright, item C, curriculum materials request, pre-calculus. This is an information item brought to us by Ms. Sarah Montgomery and Ms. DeKalb.
Yes, thank you. Ms. Nolmark and Ms. Brodker weren't available tonight, so Ms. Cattell, Assistant Principal of High School, will present for pre-calculus.
Hi, so I'm back. I'm gonna talk a little bit about our pre-calc and honors. It's also for honors pre-calculus. So the last time we purchased something was in 2018. So this would be text, actually that would be all online, except for what our 3 teachers that teach pre-calc or honors pre-calc, they would have hard copies of that. It also includes in that online program my math lab, which is up right now, the technology. Most of our math teachers are already trained in math lab. It's an interactive technology-based online tool that helps our students understand math and you can kind of cater it to what differentiate, scaffold, things like that for our students so that they have a better idea of math. I never made it to pre-calc, but I would gladly use it and be able to utilize some of this, so that would be good. So with my math lab differentiation and all that I said, so that would be available. So this cost would cover a 6-year license for that. So each classroom set of books times the 3 for the teachers there, and the ebook and things, it would be $23,000 and $22 for it. Is there any questions on that?
So if we have fully integrated one-on-one at this point, and the ebook is an option, why are we going for the classroom set of books?
That would be the 3.
It's 3 classroom sets, so
Yes.
it still provides the availability for students. We know that all students don't want to be on a device all the time, so it gives them the possibility to have the book in front of them. Or if we have students that have to go into the hospital or home for homebound instruction and don't have that connection, then we can send the book home as well. It provides flexibility for the students and the teacher. This is covered under our local budget. This will come out of the teaching and learning budget. Sorry, I cut you off, Mr. Byers.
It's handy. Sometimes the internet goes out.
Or sometimes you just need to touch a book.
Books are cool.
Books are cool.
It's definitely learning styles. I'm a tactile person. I mean, I prefer books as well, so it definitely, I'm sure some students will appreciate that. I also wanted to point out that in the PowerPoint, it also states that this is not just a want, but rather a need, right? For the books, because our current license for the current book that we are using will be expiring this year. So
yes.
Correct.
due to that, that's where the assessment of the actual book or for the curriculum books is being considered. So,
Thank you.
any other questions? All right, consensus to bring this back?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so item D, materials renewal request, formative and Is that how you say it?
Newsella.
Material.
So Formative and Newsella are two products that we've used for the last several years. This is a product renewal, and due to the cost, it comes before the board. They're lumped together because the company owns now both subscriptions. So you can see the brief description of what the products are. K-5 uses Newsella, and it provides diverse real-world content with rigorous standards alignment, with assessments, and we can also scaffold the supports within there. Newsella for grades 6-12 is science and social studies. We heavily use it there. There are thousands of texts, there are videos, maps, infographics, all kinds of, it's a sea of information. Again, also provides scaffolding tools for differentiation, it's customizable, and there are activities built within. And then Formative is the second product that we use, grades 3-12. And that is an assessment platform where teachers can create assessments in there, share them with each other, which is very helpful for the PLC model that we have. Also in building assessments that are aligned to our curriculum and instruction. So you can see a little bit of information underneath that. This will come out of our title grant budget.
Any questions? Consensus to bring this back?
Yes.
Thank you. All right, item E, Northern Illinois University School Psychology Extern Agreement 2024-2025. This is an information item brought to us by Mr. Kyle Curtis.
Good evening. For several years, the district has had this partnership with the NIU School Psychology Program to where we have actually had a contract where we've had the ability to have a graduate PhD level extern is what they're called, who's going through their school psychology program to work in our district for a certain number of hours to basically do the job of school psychologist. I want to be very careful to say it doesn't replace any of our school psychologists or any of the FTE that we have, either filled or unfilled. It really is to supplement the services that we can provide our students and families. And so we have had the opportunity, and I reached out and said there was a couple of potential candidates that were interested in staying locally and had a particular interest in the DeKalb School District. So we met with one of those externs and kind of talked about the role, got to know a little bit about what that extern's looking for in an experience, and we feel like we have a really, really good match. So what the contract would be is for up to 20 hours per week in our schools. We would have this individual at one elementary school and then also support one of our middle schools. NIU actually provides the supervision, and what that means is that that case consultation will be provided by one of the school psychology professors from NIU, in addition to the support that they're going to get in our buildings to kind of learn how we do things as a district or as a school. And so the total cost of the agreement for all of next school year, which would be 20 hours a week, would be $25,198.75. And this will be paid out of our IDEA grant funds as it has been historically. Any questions?
Questions from the board? Consensus to bring this back?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, item F, new materials request, MSHS, post-secondary planning resources, schoolings. This is an information item.
The last of us today will be to talk about school links. Ms. Catal will present for this. In the past, we've used Naviance as a college and career planning software, so we will like to use school links for middle school and high school. So she has worked with the guidance counselor to select and present, so thank you.
Hi, so we're excited. Naviance contract is up this year, so we started looking at different tools similar to Naviance, and our school counselors actually came to me about school links to replace Naviance. Currently, just our high school uses Naviance, so and I'll get to the benefit of that in a second. Sorry. So School Links is a college and career readiness platform. So it helps students kind of discover their interests, their careers, things that they want to do after high school, whether it's a career or a college, and kind of create a plan for that 6th grade through 12th grade. So we've been using Naviance, but we have found that it's kind of difficult for parents and students to navigate. Sometimes even us have a hard time navigating, just even the data and things that we want to pull from it. Colleges have reported that they have sometimes some difficulties with it, getting the electronic documents from it. We put our transcripts and things like that for our students going to college. They utilize that for that. So, and alumni do not have access to Naviance. So one of the great features about SchoolLinks is that our alumni will be able to have access to SchoolLink. So not only does now we get to help our middle school students kind of start getting that college and career readiness ready, we also have be able to pull some data in from students that have already graduated, which is really exciting for me. And then it also aligns with our PACE framework. And that's something that the state is having all schools do. And so parent portal, and also allows us to translate everything that we're doing in SchoolLinks into 90 different languages. So it will fit all of our multilingual students that we do. So do have in our district. So we would like to propose for 3 years of this product at $114,933, but it will be title grant funded. Any questions?
How does this align with the majority of I know that you mentioned that right now Naviance is what we're using to license transcripts and things to like universities. How does SchoolLinks align with being able to provide those transcripts to those institutions, like most of the institutions that our students are actively applying to?
Yes.
Do they line up with this to receive them?
Yes, so a lot of high schools now are switching to SchoolLinks because of the easier access to other colleges and things like that. So that's why the counselors did the research on that, because they want to try to find something that's easiest for our students. But good question.
It'd be tricky, that's what I was just asking.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think it's awesome too, that the sixth grade option.
It also really helps with the PACE framework since it's 6 through 12. So.
And I know that it mentions that it has like career readiness things as well. Could you kind of, for our students who decide college isn't the path they want to take, how is SchoolLinks kind of setting them up for success as well?
So they'll be able to access what does it look like to be an electrician, and connect them with they have virtual stuff so that someone can talk to them about what's being an electrician, what does that mean, the math that they might need for that, things like that will be available for them.
So it also provides then trade school options, and
Yes.
just not just college options, but also potential trade programs.
Yes. And the interface is amazing, so.
Awesome, thank you. Any other questions? Consensus to bring this back?
Yes.
Thank you. All right, and the next item is superintendent report.
We're getting through this a lot quicker these days. Good evening, everyone. So I'm full of shout outs today. So we have some special shout outs. I want to shout out Rita Elliott for an amazing groundbreaking ceremony we had last week. For the family and for the district, and the media was out there. We had great coverage. Thank you so much. I also want to yes, there you go. I also want to shout her out for this wonderful wall that we finally got up on our core values. It's such a beautiful wall. I'll be posting about that. So of course we got to thank Tammy and the crew, because without them we wouldn't have been able to have that wonderful ceremony yesterday, as well as everyone that's working on the new building, the grounds crew, all the crews that helped in assisting that opportunity last week on Thursday, and then of course everything that we're doing to get our new building up and running. So thank you, Tammy, and all those folks that are under that umbrella. So thank you. Wanted to thank Cedric he's a security assistant over at the high school. Thank you, the high school, for letting us borrow him. And he drove one of our very special guests that worked with Mr. Byers, our vice president, in unveiling the name. So thank you to Cedric and the high school. Also, of course, all the board members for everything that you do to ensure that we were able to get as far as we have, and that we continue to do that. So I really am grateful to have great partners in all of you. Keep those questions coming, push back, and I of the fact that in the end, we do right by kids and families, so thank you so much for that. And then, of course, cabinet, can't do anything without them. They do all the work, I just take all the credit. That's not, I'm not kidding, that's true. And then, of course, to the Mitchell family, to Dr. Leroy Mitchell, A. Mitchell, for allowing us to use his name and his persona and his values to be placed at that school, so that anybody who walks in there must live up to that name and the work that he's done. So I really appreciate the Mitchell family for allowing us to do that. Shout out to them. Just to wrap up the evening, next board meeting, just so that you all know, is gonna be at the high school. Thanks to the high school for hosting us. And during that time, we'll be celebrating our retirees. We have about 19 folks that will be retired. I don't want to see them go, but we have to celebrate them. So we're gonna celebrate them in style. And then, of course, we're also gonna be celebrating all of the folks in the years of service that they provided to our district, all the hard work, all the good work, and the growth that the district has taken on. Thank you to them. We'll also be celebrating our Wirtz Award winner. Wirtz Award winner will be announced at that time, so we're really excited about sharing that information with them and everybody else. And then, of course, we'll be doing some board organizing at that time. So the meeting might seem like it's gonna be a little bit longer, only we have to do some organizational things, but it won't be well worth being in attendance of. So thank you to everybody for being here today, and that's it for me.
All right, thank you, that was quick, to the point, all right. Anything else from board members? No? All right, so it is now 7:47, and with that, I would like to make a motion to adjourn the meeting. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep.